If you're looking to move to Salem, Oregon, there's a few things you should know before you make the move. Salem's the capital city of Oregon. It's located in the beautiful Willamette Valley. It's got a rich history, it's got beautiful landscapes, and it has a growing economy, making it the perfect destination for those looking to relocate. However, there's a few things that you should be made aware of before you make the move. In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 things that you should know before you make the move to Salem, Oregon. So it doesn't matter if you're a student, a professional, or a retiree. This video will help you make an informed decision on whether Salem is the right place for you. Let's get started. Hi guys, welcome to Oregon Expeditions. My name is Rudy Garibai. I'm here with Leslie.Hayase. Her channel is Salem, Oregon Living. Check that out if you have the time. Not if you have the time, just do it all the time.
That would be great.
Yeah, let's cut that out. I'm always so polite. I like people to do things on their own schedule. So I just say,
pushy.
Yeah, when you have the time. But this is urgent. This is
Like for death.
You gotta do this right away.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez.
What are we talking about, Leslie?
We are going over 5 things that folks should know about Salem if they're thinking about relocating here. You have grown up here your whole life.
That's right.
And then I relocated here about, 19 years ago. It seems like almost yesterday though, but 19 years ago.
Wow.
So I think our perspectives kind of are they're different, but they're, going to be really useful. And
Yeah.
I think people will find, what we have to say pretty useful.
I think so too.
Cool.
So Leslie, during these last 19 years that you lived here, where did you live before?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yes. Fort Collins, Colorado.
Fort Collins, Colorado. And coming here from Colorado, what do you think the biggest difference is, climate-wise?
The rain. Yes. I remember a lot less snow here, a lot more rain. And I remember when I first moved here, I was always just amazed at how people just stood around in the rain.
Oh yeah, no umbrellas here,
No
folks.
umbrellas.
No.
They just having conversations in the rain because it rains so much that it's just like that's kind of what you do.
If you're not having conversations in the rain, you're
not
having
talking.
Yeah, you're not talking.
Right,
exactly.
right. Yeah, so a lot of rain.
So maybe, a nice rain jacket. That's probably pretty common here, but...
Yeah, but I don't even really wear rain jackets. I mean, I will for my son's soccer games because that's an hour and a half standing in the rain, but I don't see people wearing rain jackets or using umbrellas because they're just walking around like it's, whatever. It's the Oregon sunshine.
What you see a lot is hoodies.
Yeah.
I counted in my closet
hoodies.
the other day, 25 hoodies.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
Oh man, you have me beat. I think I
25.
have 12.
Okay.
But I love hoodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because they're perfect for this weather. Because it's not too cold, it's not too hot. In the winter, you can get away with wearing hoodies, usually.
Yeah, and we're not talking like it's going to rain heavy for a month or two. It's like probably 9 months out of the year. I would say October through early June.
Yeah. And then, but there literally have been months, those winters where it's been a solid 30 plus days of no sun. So, cloudy, overcast days with just lots of drizzle, some heavier rain, heavier rain, a lot of different kinds of rain, but rain. And then maybe a little bit of sun. And then, it's just really gray here.
Yes. So if you're very susceptible to like seasonal depression, maybe this isn't the right place for you.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But I think the upside of all the rain is that in the summer it stays really green for a lot longer, and in the winter it's just always green and beautiful. It's very lush here. So that's a nice thing.
Beautiful summers.
Yes.
Oh, I love the summers.
And beautiful springs. Everything's so lush and beautiful and pretty.
You won't see any more green
Right.
than Oregon.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy.
And I like the fog.
Oh yeah.
I like the fog.
Oh, I love a nice crisp October morning.
Oh, with all the fog. It's like romantic almost. And beautiful,
sitting on your
quiet.
porch with a nice book and a cup of tea.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And then, but what I don't like is the freezing rain. I had never heard of freezing rain before I moved here, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Could get a little scary.
Yeah. It's just dangerous. The trees just get destroyed by it, and
Yep.
That's
careful on the roads. A lot of black ice.
Yes.
So you got to be very careful when driving.
Yeah.
I would recommend not going out if you don't have to at all.
Right.
But we do have kind of long stints of freezing rain, so it's
usually it's 3 or 4 days when it happens.
So sometimes you just got to make the trek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you just hunker down and and wait it out. If you have steep driveways, or you live in one of the hillier parts of town, you're not really going anywhere. So just stay put.
Flooding happens on occasion. We usually get a pretty decent flood every 10 years or so, where you got to be vigilant. We're pretty set up for it, though. Yeah. As a state. Yeah. We're prepared for the floods, so it doesn't get too bad. I think we have a 1 in 100-year storm where it gets crazy. I think the last one happened in 1964.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are located by several large bodies of water.
Surrounded by water. Big water.
I mean, like Salem is basically split in half by the Willamette River.
Yeah.
So there's Main Salem, I'd call it Main Salem, and then West Salem across the river. And then through that, we've got Mill Creek that runs through Salem, and all these different like little waterways.
Yep.
But
lots of water.
Yeah, lots of water. So when you are looking for property here, the other thing that you want to make sure that you check is if your property is in a floodway.
Yep, it's very important.
Because there's a lot of them here in town, and that can add additional
And flood
expense.
insurance is not cheap.
Right.
By any means.
Right.
Yeah, so it's something you want to be aware of. Is that usually, so being a realtor, is that usually, do they take that into consideration when they're pricing their home? If you have to get flood insurance, is it maybe a reduced cost, or doesn't really matter?
No, I wouldn't say it affects the list price of a home, but it definitely can affect the type of buyer who can go for that home.
Okay.
If it's an FHA or a VA buyer, sometimes that flood insurance is just going to be a little bit too much and cause them to not be able to qualify for that home. Yeah.
Right.
But if you get, private flood insurance, that's usually a little bit more affordable than the FEMA, know. But again, the cost of that just kind of depends on what type of floodplain you're in, and like I guess what severity or level.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And on the complete opposite spectrum of this rain and ice, the summers have been getting pretty hot lately.
Yeah.
I believe 2020 we had a pretty significant wildfire. Yeah. Yep. Throughout it was the whole 22 corridor there. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of devastation up in up towards up 22 Detroit area, up the pass there.
Yeah, a lot of towns.
A lot of towns are still rebuilding from that.
They are. Yep.
And even here in Salem and in Portland, we get 100-degree plus heat for at least several days, sometimes a week or more. Yeah. Seems like every summer. And it didn't seem like it was like that when I first moved here. I don't remember the summers. And you growing up here, you'd probably...
They've been getting progressively hotter.
Yes. Yeah. So you'd have to kind of just be prepared for everything.
Yeah, do be prepared for extreme heat in the summer. It usually doesn't last too long. Right. I think the longest we will go is maybe a week of above 90, 95, and then it typically cools down to 80, but something to watch out for.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we have plenty of lakes and rivers to cool off in.
Yes. Yeah. Go tubing and stuff like that. That's always fun. So.
Oh yeah, I love tubing.
And at least we don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes.
Oh yeah, we don't have any very extreme weather.
Right.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of tornadoes, itty bitty ones, touch down and throw a few things around, out in the country a little bit, but
nothing like the Midwest.
No, and no earthquakes yet, God forbid.
Oh yeah. Not yet.
There might be a big one coming, but there's nothing nobody can do about that.
No.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Location.
Oh yes, that is so true. It's all about location, and I honestly think Salem has it's pretty awesome when it comes to location.
Oh yeah, I think it's the best. My own opinion. Obviously I lived here my whole life, so it says something, but I just love it. It's in the center. It's like the center of the universe in Oregon.
Right.
Because you don't have to go too far, and you get to Portland.
Right.
Seattle is 2.5, 3 hours,
3 hours
away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bend, Oregon, which is a great place for recreation.
Oh yeah.
Is about
three-
3 hours,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
The coast, Lincoln City, is an hour away.
Yeah, I mean, you can just do so many easy day trips from Salem, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like you said, hit the coast and go up to Portland. You could go even into Vancouver, Washington.
Yep.
You know, and be home at the end of the day. You could go, you know, skiing.
Oh yeah.
There's everything very
Yep.
close by here.
Mountains,
So
the Cascades are very close. Yeah. If you're into skiing, snowboarding.
there's hiking galore,
Oh yeah, so much hiking.
river rafting.
I don't think
All that kind of
you
stuff.
can spend your life and not hit every hiking trail that there
Yeah,
is. Yeah. in
And my
Oregon.
favorite places to probably hike are, in my opinion, are the coast. But Silver Falls is
wonderful.
Is an awesome place to hike. Yep.
Very, very scenic.
You can definitely
Yeah.
get a good workout there and hit a lot of beautiful trails. See waterfalls. I mean, it's just gorgeous, and there's just
yeah.
so many different things to do. And yeah, you can kind of go anywhere and like literally just pick something out of a hat, and you'd probably be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You.
Hey, there's fishing also, if
Yeah.
that's what you're into. I'm not going to kink shame you or anything.
Catch and release.
Yeah.
Oh, there's tons of fishing. I mean, along the
Yeah.
coast, down towards Ashland,
Oh,
Rogue
yeah.
River,
Camping.
even towards Bend. There's tons of camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's range camp. There's on the coast. There's yurt camping.
Yeah. All kinds of camping.
Yes.
Coastal camping. Mountain camping.
There's even
Camping.
Yep. There's pack-in camping. There's even we even have. It's over by, is it Dundee?
Okay.
The Airstream. The little Airstream camper
Oh,
park that
okay.
you can go and rent Airstreams and
Yeah.
camp, glamping.
Right.
So there's glamping, there's camping, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So if you're into camping, Salem is a good place to be.
A lot of different
Lots of
options.
camping within an hour. Camping's not really for me. I'm more of like an Airbnb hotel, and then I'll spend a day trip somewhere on a trail. But I won't be out there with the bugs
Or the bears.
or the bears.
There are bears.
Yeah. But if it's for you, yeah.
You're in luck.
Yep, you're in luck. So I lived here for 30-something years. Yeah. And I've noticed a complete change
Oh yeah.
in the city, the amount of people here, events, all sorts of things. Have you also experienced that over the last 19 years?
Yes.
Would you say?
Coming from a college town like Fort Collins, a college town, I would compare Fort Collins a lot to like Eugene or Corvallis, where there's just a lot more people and a lot more things to do. And when I first moved here to Salem 19 years ago, it was a much sleepier
Oh yeah.
town,
Absolutely,
right? And
yeah.
it felt like the sidewalks rolled up at like 5 o'clock, and
Yeah.
downtown was like dead.
Right. Now it's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot more things to do. There's a lot more restaurants. There's there's the is it First Wednesday? The Art Walk.
I believe so.
Yeah.
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 Also Saturday Market.
There's just a lot more. There's a lot more nightlife, and it seems like Salem's just like grown up to me, and there's just a lot more to do, and so a lot more people here.
Oh yeah,
than-
absolutely.
A lot more development and
Yeah.
things going in and stuff like that.
I believe we are growing about 1% every year.
Yeah, I think it's a little over 1% per year, which is a pretty good clip for
Yeah.
population growth and
Yes.
stuff like that. And I think we've grown over 3% in the last recent census. So since 2020.
Since 2020. So yeah, about 1% every year. We're the second largest city in Oregon.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me.
Of course, behind Portland, but
Well, yeah.
duh. I was surprised that we were second largest. I thought maybe Eugene would be, with University of Oregon down there, but
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense since we're the capital of Oregon. A lot of people don't. I don't think they know that, or they
No.
would think that Portland is, but
Yeah.
they're not. So
I think since 1990 we've almost doubled in population.
yeah, I
It's
could
kind of
see
crazy to think about, just over 30 years.
But you know what? Even with the population that's grown, you can still make it from one end of town to the other in less than 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so traffic's not bad.
It's not bad. It has gotten a little bit worse, but
Yeah.
the infrastructure is pretty good, and they're always like reconstructing roadways and stuff to making them more suitable for the population growth that we have going on here. And with the growth, we have lots of businesses moving in.
Yes. Amazon recently, it was probably what I would say is one of our newest huge businesses to move in on the east side of town. They're a big warehouse and distribution center.
Big employer. I saw that we got a new Tesla
that's coming
showroom. I don't know if they actually sell the Teslas there, but Tesla showroom. There's a whole new development south with the new Costco, Starbucks, Crumble,
Killer Burger.
Killer Burger. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of new things. We now have 2 Chick-fil-A's.
Oh yeah, which a year ago we didn't even have one.
Yeah. And we have a Trader Joe's. That's been here for a while, but that was big when that came in.
Yeah,
Everybody was very excited about Trader Joe's. And we also have why am I blanking on this? The hamburger place up.
Oh, In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yeah.
There's still lines for In-N-Out.
There's still lines for In-N-Out. You cannot.
Right.
You cannot get In-N-Out.
Unless you can, and you don't have to be in line if you get it at like 1 a.m. coming back from Portland Airport.
There's strategies.
There's strategies. That's when you can get an In-N-Out burger without waiting in line.
Yeah.
But you have to be coming back from the airport. But yeah, so we've got all these like, big name kind of really popular chains coming in now, and I think people here are expecting that, and we have the population now.
So with population growth comes opportunity.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is cost of living in Salem, Oregon. And like the rest of the nation, it has increased quite a bit over the last 2 or 3 years. Specifically housing prices.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I think your average starter home, if you were thinking of buying a home here in Salem, your average starter home is around $350,000. But again, that will kind of depend on the area of town that you're looking in and location, things like that. Condition, yeah.
And how fast do these homes go when they're priced at about $350,000?
They go very quickly.
Oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker than that.
So, I mean, even, and not even just comparing now to the last 2 years when a house would go on the market, and this was probably, I would say, nationwide, a house would go on the market, and within days it had multiple offers and was pending under contract. Now, the houses are sitting a little bit longer here on the market here in Salem, but if you have a home that's priced in between, I'd say $325,000 and $400,000, and it's all kind of move-in ready, and it's been prepared well for market. I'm still seeing some multiple offers and situations.
Yep.
What about?
Oh yeah, they're still flying out the door.
They're still going very quickly
at that price point.
Yeah. So. And even with rent here in town, it can be kind of hard to find something even to rent that, in your, price range.
A 1-bedroom apartment's going to be about $1,200. A 3-bedroom closer to $2,000. Probably, yeah.
And again, that also depends on location and condition of the unit and stuff like that. There's some nicer apartment complexes in town that I think charge more, and some of the ones downtown that are kind of more like central to everything, and the high rises down there.
Yeah, very posh.
Yes, those are definitely more than
they've been going up right along the riverfront. They look beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Yeah,
and I'm
sure
they're
gorgeous inside too.
Yeah. But you will pay a premium.
Right.
For those.
Right, because they're located, close to all the nightlife downtown and shopping and easy walking distance to just all kinds of things, or close to
lots of amenities.
A lot of amenities, attractions, things like that. So you definitely will pay more for a place like that.
So food, it's pretty average, I would say. It's definitely cheaper than places like Hawaii.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe not as cheap as, the Midwest, but...
Correct. It's still slightly higher, I think, than the national average, I would say. Yeah.
Probably about $3.50 for a gallon of milk. Yeah.
You'll pay more for that if you want organic, but I think that's probably everywhere.
The fancier you are, the more you're going to pay.
Yes.
Yep.
But you know, eating out here in town is expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey. With drinks and a meal, you're averaging probably about $60.
Oh yeah.
I would say. Yeah, if you really went after it.
You know, like if you're going out meeting friends after dinner, or after work or something like that, and you just had your own meal. Usually a dinner is going to run you, probably $20 or so for an entree, and then you add on a couple of drinks
dinner.
And the tip.
Yeah, and I like to eat, so it gets kind of outrageous. Yeah,
me too. But
I mean, when the waitress comes around and asks if you want a dessert, I ain't saying no. Yeah, we're getting that dessert.
You only live once, my friend. Don't ever pass up dessert.
That's right. Yep.
So that's probably what I would say I've seen the most is the increase in the expense of food and eating out and entertainment. It's hard for a family of 4 to go out and not spend under $80 to eat out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to a restaurant.
But you know what the good thing is?
What?
No sales tax.
That's true.
We don't have to pay sales tax here. And it kind of makes me very angry when I go to other states and I have to pay their sales tax.
I know.
It always catches me by surprise the first few times that I order something. Yeah. And I'm so used to things being the price that I see on the menu.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, tax.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a lot. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I know. It's hard. It's hard to get used to that. It was really nice moving here from someplace that had a sales tax.
Right.
I was like, wow, this is awesome. But then you go back to a place where, you know, and like my kids, now that we travel and they spend their own money, they always forget about sales tax. They're and I'm like, don't forget about sales tax.
Yeah. And I think we're one of like 2 states that don't have it. There might be 3. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
Yes.
But yeah. And also, I mean, this doesn't have much to do with cost of living, but we don't have to pump our own gas here. Yeah, it's just one of those unique things about Oregon.
Yeah, that is definitely kind of nice.
And living here my entire life, I have never once pumped gas in any car.
Get out.
Nope. When I go to other states, I've had other people pump it for me. Whoever has the misfortune of having me as their driver.
Oh my goodness.
Has to get out and pump it.
Stay tuned for a video on when I teach Rudy how to pump his own gas. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster.
Let's not fight. We'll go dancing. Everything will be alright.
I mean, it's so nice to like when it's not too hard. It's you know, just there's an order of things. Yeah. And you don't drive off until the pump is out of your car. I've seen that happen before, actually.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos.
Yes, it's not good. But I mean, like I remember, it's snowing and super cold and just awful weather, and you have to get out and you're freezing to death pumping your own gas.
Yep.
Yeah, and so now it's raining and it's gross, and you just sit in your car and somebody pumps it for you, and people actually get angry if you try and pump your own. It's not.
I don't know if they changed it during COVID. I think they made it so where some people could pump their own gas, but I thought it was against the law to actually pump your own gas.
Yes.
Yeah, so the attendants got pretty angry if they were to catch you trying to do that yourself.
Mm-hmm. So that is one, I think that's another cool thing, is you don't have to get out and pump your own gas, which is super awesome.
Back on topic.
Yes, back on topic.
Cost of living when it comes to transportation, our gas prices are on average, probably with the country, we're going to be cheaper than your major cities like Los Angeles and Seattle.
Right.
And
it's a really drivable city, so you can get around pretty much anywhere, and
and you're not sitting in traffic for a very long time, so you are saving
gas and stuff.
You are saving some money on gas that way.
Yeah, and we do have a bus system.
Yeah, we have a bus system. I hear there is some problems with it. It could be improved.
Yeah, I think just from what I used to do in a past life, I used to work with folks who had, disabilities and barriers to employment, and a lot of those folks couldn't drive, and they depended on the bus system, right, to get to a retail job or something like that, and it was very limiting for them if they were getting off at 10 or 11 at night and needed to ride home, and the buses aren't running that late.
Yeah, so definitely
or on the weekends, and that really limited their ability to get, the type of employment they wanted. So I think that needs to improve with our bus system.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now there's Uber, and
there is Uber
those things
and
that
Lyft
can kind of fill those gaps.
But it comes at a price.
Yes, it
I don't
does.
believe it's going to be cheaper than
No.
public transportation.
Public transportation is definitely the cheapest way to go.
So people that rely on that, get to work, Salem.
Yeah, for sure.
On your public transit.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
For all those folks who need it, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about schools.
Mm-hmm.
Our district's combined with Kaiser, our sister city. There's 6 high schools.
Yep.
What do you say? 11 middle schools and 45 elementary schools.
Yes, yes. And they have all kinds of different like curriculums like STEM education, dual language programs, advanced placement courses. So, I mean, just depending on, what your student is looking for or what you want for your student or your child is for an education. I mean, you'd be able to find it here in Salem, I think.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's like you said, there's charter and private and everything.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and I think at least with the high schools, they're spaced out pretty well, so it's not like it's not hard to get your student to school. I think they're all located.
Right. Like if you live in the
Yeah.
district that you're going to school, and you're not going to live far from that high school.
No, yeah.
And the bus system is pretty,
Yeah.
I'd say pretty robust for the schools. There's, buses that can get
Yeah.
your kids to and
Oh,
from.
yeah. For the schools, they're great.
Yeah.
For the general public,
Not so great.
not so much.
Maybe they should enlist the school buses.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Dual job opportunity for these school bus drivers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then private schools, we have like a number of them.
Yeah,
There's
many.
Montessori, religious schools with schools with religious affiliations, independent private schools.
Yep. Charter schools. Yep.
And so there's a handful of those.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's
Very eclectic.
Queen of Peace, there's Blanchette, there's Salem Academy,
Yep.
there's Roots. That's
Yeah.
Roots Academy. That's an independent one. So there's just there's more than I'm mentioning, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, as far as higher education goes, we have Willamette University, which is liberal arts.
yes, it's a 4-year liberal arts. It's located right in the heart of downtown, kind of like a urban campus.
Yeah, it's
and
fancy.
it's and it also has a college of business, law, school
Yeah,
of education.
I think that's their specialty is
Yeah,
in law.
law,
Yeah, lots of lawyers coming out of there.
Yes,
Yeah.
as education programs too. Then we have we have Chemeketa Community College.
Yeah, which is great.
And that's a pretty big campus. A lot of students do the whole 2-year at Chemeketa and get their
And then they
their
go-
prereqs over, and then
Right, branch out to Western,
U of O.
OSU,
Yep.
U of O. Yep, it's a good place to start, Chemeketa.
Yeah. With the cost of higher education, I mean, I'm staring that right now. I'm staring that in the face right now with my oldest, and
Oh, yeah.
it is terrifying.
Right.
Like how much a 4-year university is going to cost, and so I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's with financial aid supposedly, and then you're still going to come out with all this debt. So having
Chemeketa, yep.
having Chemeketa there is going to be really helpful.
Absolutely, yes.
And then there's also Corbin University,
Yep.
which is a private Christian school. Yep.
University. So lots of options to choose from. However,
Yeah.
we are below the national average when it comes to graduation rate.
Yeah, just slightly below the national
Slightly below the
average.
national average.
Yes.
It's around 80%.
Yeah.
So there's that.
There is that. And, but I think a lot of the times, as a parent anyway, it's like you have to be involved in your child's education and their
Absolutely.
life in the classroom and stuff like that, because we just can't leave it up to the teachers and things like that. I mean,
and
it
unfortunately
takes a
that
village
happens.
to raise a child.
Yeah,
It's too
and
bad.
they don't get paid enough to deal with that.
No.
Yeah, it takes some
you know,
responsibility.
They have
yeah.
to make sure your kid goes to school, make sure that they do their homework, make sure that they show up, all that kind of stuff. And I
Yes.
think that is what is going to make them successful. But I think overall, life in Salem, inside, outside the classroom, inside, outside the office, whatever. If you're looking for a place that has a lot to offer, and is a good place to raise a family, raise kids, or just have a fulfilled, adventurous, active lifestyle, it's a good
Salem's
place.
the place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you found that information useful. I should be covering a new city or a new neighborhood, new event in Oregon every week or so. But if there's anything you want me to cover, please let me know and I'd be happy to check into that for you. I am a mortgage loan officer, so if you do plan on relocating to Oregon, let me know and I'd be happy to help you with that transaction. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.